The best apps to secure your 2017, coming up now on ThreatWire. Greetings, I'm Shannon Morris and this is ThreatWire for Tuesday, January 10th, 2016. FYI, my voice is totally shot. I went to CES last week and I'm like out of voice. So if it sounds funny, that's why. This is your summary of threats to our security, privacy, and internet freedom. Patrons over at patreon.com/threatwire, we reached our goal for video RSS. Woohoo! I am freaking stoked about this. So we are going to start the video RSS within the next week or so. I did just get back from CES last week and I am heading to the ShmooCon Hacker Conference tomorrow. We also have a pentest with Hack5 training tomorrow, so I will probably start the new feed right after that. Thank you again, patrons. You made this possible. This is so cool. This week, I am sharing a roundup of excellent security apps and privacy apps, or software picks, to help you make your life more secure in the new year. I asked you in early December via Twitter @Snubs for your favorite security and privacy apps. These are the top 5 security apps or topics in general that you should probably start using ASAP. Number 5 is Signal. Signal is an iOS and Android app that is made by OpenWhisper Systems and is the leader in private conversations via mobile. The app is free and open source. Phone calls are encrypted end-to-end via the app as well as text messages. In recent years, video, photo, animated GIFs or GIFs, stickers, doodles, as well as group messages have all been implemented while still using cryptographic protocols, and very strong ones at that, to keep anyone from seeing your messages except for the intended recipient. And best yet, Signal is so easy to use, so anybody in the family can use it. It just replaces your normal texting app, and that's about it. It's so easy. Number 4 is Two-Factor Authentication apps. Specifically, you guys recommended Google Authenticator or Authy. Google Authenticator is a free app from Google that gives you 2FA at your fingertips in your smartphone. So this basically means that you'll get a special code whenever you want to log into a site, along with your usual username and password. So for example, if somebody gets your password from some kind of hacked on some site and then tries to log in, they would still need your two-factor authentication code along with it, so they would kind of be stuck. When you go to a website that uses two-factor authentication and it is enabled, you can either scan a QR code or you can enter a code to add that account to your Google Authenticator app. Once accounts are added, anytime you log into them, you'll open the app and then enter the code on your screen, and that code will refresh every several seconds. Pro tip for Google Authenticator: make sure to print out your Google account backup codes, and there are 10 of them, just in case you lose your phone. Google Auth doesn't do any kind of server backup, so you would be pretty much SOL if you don't have a way to access your accounts. Authy is another free option for 2FA codes and works just basically the same as Google Authenticator for any logins that it supports. Authy is cross-platform though, so it also works with desktops, and it allows you to do an encrypted backup to the cloud in case you lose your phone, so you won't lose access to any of your accounts. But this is turned off by default. Keep in mind these are not open source, but a two-factor authentication app for code generation is better than SMS text if available through a website, since text can be easily man-in-the-middled. You can find a huge list of 2FA supported websites over at twofactorauth.org, and I'll link that down in the show notes, along with all the ones that currently don't support it, and you can tweet them and tell them that they really should. Number 3 is secure email like ProtonMail or PGP. ProtonMail went open source in 2015, and it is a mail service provider out of Switzerland that totes security before anything else. It is free and available on iOS, Android, and in the browser. They have end-to-end encryption, and they don't require any personal kind of details to sign up for an account. Free accounts allow up to 500 megs of storage, but for €4 or more, you can get 5 gigs of storage and custom domains. PGP, on the other hand, stands for Pretty Good Privacy, and it is an encryption technique popular amongst techies for email. It scrambles your emails into garbled text that can be decrypted with a very unique code that only the receiver has. Now, while it sounds complicated, companies like Mailvelope and Keybase.io have made it super easy to implement, even if you still use an email provider like Gmail, Hotmail, or Yahoo. Ew, Yahoo. Mailvelope is a browser add-on that can encrypt your emails in the browser, and Keybase.io is a website and a command line interface app that pairs your social network accounts with your public key, so people know that it's really you that they're sending encrypted messages to. Each PGP key only works with one email, so if you have a work email and a home one, you will need 2 key pairs. Number 2 is a password app like KeePass or LastPass to manage your passwords. A password manager generally just stores all of your random passwords into an encrypted safe that you have the key to and only need to remember a master password to get into that safe at any time. And anytime you visit a site stored in the manager, it will autofill it for you, or at least the really good ones should, and you will need to unlock your safe and copy and paste that stored password into the site to log in if it does not autofill for you. Now, KeePass is probably the number 1 choice among security professionals, and it is the one that you mostly recommended, but it's not the one that I use, mainly because of convenience. KeePass is available for desktops, and it does have ports available to use on smartphones as well. KeePass is open source, it's free, and it allows you to generate random passwords in the app, and the newest version was just released, I believe yesterday, fixing a few bugs and making some updates. Now, while it is not as automated as some of the other ones, KeePass is probably the most trusted. LastPass is the one that I use, and now the free version is probably perfectly fine for most folks. LastPass works similarly to KeePass in that it stores passwords in a vault. You have a master password to access them, it can auto-generate new passwords, and the app is free. It also has a browser extension, mobile apps, and 2-factor authentication support, so you can log in not only with a master password, but also with a 2-factor authentication code that you get on your phone with one of those other apps that I mentioned. LastPass also automatically detects password changes or new logins to store in the app. But keep in mind, it is not open source and it has had some security issues in the past, though all problems have immediately been resolved. Both KeePass and LastPass allow you to use a different password for every single site that you use without fear of forgetting any of them. And number 1 is a VPN. Before starting on picks for VPN providers, definitely check out thatoneprivacysite.net and his roundups of VPN providers and their privacy terms. Some are more private than others. For example, some may log your IP address or other data, or require a credit card to sign up with an account. OpenVPN is a VPN with SSL support that uses the SSL TLS protocol. It's not a web application or an app, and it does require quite a bit of setup to work correctly, along with a download of their software. While it is tougher to set up than some applications available on the internets for VPN providers, OpenVPN can be used with third-party clients that offer up really easy-to-use graphical user interfaces. If the name didn't give it away already, OpenVPN is also open source, which is always a good thing. PIA VPN, which stands for Private Internet Access, is a low-cost alternative VPN starting at $333 per month and up. You can pay with Bitcoin or a gift card for an additional layer of privacy and security, and they don't log your traffic. PIA is easy to set up and use by downloading an app on your Mac, Windows, or Linux PC, plus they are also available on iOS and Android. Another site that I want to recommend is privacytools.io. They have a ton more privacy tools that you can use right now to make your life more private and more secure. The best part is most of these are very consumer friendly, and almost all of them are free. Now, while my roundup didn't include all the different apps in the world that you can download like SpiderOak and Tor and Privacy Badger and HTTPS Everywhere and CyberGhost and Malwarebytes and uBlock Origins and Brave Browser and DuckDuckGo and Threema and VeriCrypt and Cubes OS and Tails and OpenWRT and all the other apps that are made with security as their main focus and main concern, don't worry, I've probably already reviewed all of them. And there is a website out there called Hack5 that has all of my reviews on it. So definitely check it out before commenting below that I forgot one, because I already know about it. The first few should get you started out right for 2017, and these were your recommendations as well as mine. As with any apps, use your own judgment when it comes to choosing what's best for you, because what works for me may not work for you. While the most secure choice may work for you, it might not work as well for your grandma. And if it's not consumer friendly, she's probably not going to use it. And I would argue that anything is better than using no security at all. Thank you again for being patrons of ThreatWire. You, of course, can contribute over at patreon.com/threatwire to get your name on threatwire.net, as well as your own fur baby in the show at the Hush Puppy perk level. And they are adorable. I love it when you send new pictures, and they're so cute, especially the little puppies and kitties. But I also accept bunnies and gerbils and guinea pigs and snakes and whatever else you guys have at home. Pets, yay, they're fun. I have just added a bunch of new perks and goals, so check them out and let me know what you think. And if you cannot contribute, always give the show a thumbs up and subscribe on youtube.com/hack5. Let's see if we can get our channel up to 300,000 subscribers. I am so excited to hit that goal. That's a big one. That's going to be huge. Super excited. I think we can make this happen. Lastly, as always, you can find all of our episodes, links to our social networks, and other ways to contribute over at threatwire.net. And I will be posting that new video RSS in the next week or so. I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. And with that, I am Shannon Morse, and I will see you on the internet. I'm going to go drink some water and hydrate my very sad throat. Bye.